Welcome to 100 Yards of Football. If you like the video today, please come in and share it. I surely appreciate it here on 100 Yards of Football. I'm your host, Vincent Turner, and special thanks to my producer today, Mr. Logan Landers. Today's video is NFL Legend Special, Terrell Owens, wide receiver of the San Francisco 49ers, the Dallas Cowboys, and the Philadelphia Eagles. If you like the video, please come in and share it. What more can I say? Been holding off for a while of doing a legend special video on this player right here, and gentleman, Mr. Terrell Owens. A guy that did it his way. Maybe didn't really be in the company of a lot of people liking him and playing at the NFL level. But the gentleman, you got to say this about him. He let his play and performance speak for itself. And what I'm proud of him about, he played his college ball at the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. And he was the 89th player selected in the 1996 NFL draft. Tell you a true story. He played at UTC, which is in Chattanooga, Tennessee. At the time, I was living in Memphis, Tennessee, still in Memphis. Now I'm here locally in the metro Atlanta area, Douglasville, Georgia. So I had a friend that followed UT Chattanooga sports. And he said, hey, man, I want you to come up. And if you come up and visit me, Vincent, we're going to go to a UT Chat basketball game. And at the time, Knoxville, Tennessee was only about, maybe a little bit, maybe 45 minutes, an hour down the road. And my daughter was still living there at the time. And I would go through Knoxville and then go up through Chattanooga. So I said, hey, you know what, man, I'll take you up on your invitation. So he wanted me to come to this basketball game in 1995. And I said, okay, man. I said, Tim, what do you want me to see when we watch UTC play? Because that year, the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga, they only went 15-12 in basketball. He said, you see that gentleman right there? I said, yeah, kid, he about 6'3", kind of muscular. He played football. Because I never had heard of Terrell Owens because I was still on a national level. So I'd never heard what Terrell Owens was doing up there at UTC from a football standpoint. He said, you see that gentleman right there? Coming up in the 1996 NFL draft, he's going to be drafted pretty high. I said, oh, yeah. I said, at the time, he looked pretty good as an athlete. He got off the bench, maybe played 2 or 3 minutes for UTC because he was on the basketball team. So I said, in my mind, I said, going to be interesting. I want to see what this gentleman does. So I took some notes, followed the 1996 NFL draft, and I remember Keyshawn Johnson went #1 overall, and Eddie Kennelson winning that draft, Eric Moles winning that draft, and Terry Glenn. Then I remember the 89th pick came around in the 3rd round, and Terrell Owens out of UT Chattanooga was selected. And you know how he got to UTC? He was scouted by a guy by the name of Tommy West, who was real seriously endeared to this area. Tommy West is from Gainesville, Georgia, was an all-state player, played football at the University of Tennessee, was a head coach at Clemson, the University of Memphis. He the one that discovered Terrell Owens out of Alexander City, Alabama, got him to come to UTC. Well, at the time, the guy came on stage. He became like the George Benson of college, in the NFL, Neon Lights. He went to an organization at the time, many people, including myself, pound for pound, had the greatest football player that ever played this game in Jerry Rice. But you know what? When people talk about the greatest receivers in the game, we always talk about Randy Moss, we talk about Jerry Rice. They come up in the conversation, maybe Kevin Johnson. But Terrell Owens' name is never mentioned. I even never really done it. But then when I really studied and go back over all of his career, I'll go back, the young man had over 1,078 catches, 153 touchdowns, 15,934 yards. For his career, he averaged 15 yards a catch. He's second time all time in NFL in receiving yardage. Third in touchdown reception in the NFL, 153. 5-time All-Pro, 6-time Pro Bowler. He's the only player, now listen to this stat. He's the only player to score a touchdown against all 32 teams in the NFL. And he was the oldest player to have a reception over 98 yards. But what I'm going to remember him about, when he put Jerry Rice on notice, when Jerry Rice was going out at San Francisco, and he said, hey, man, he didn't think Terrell Owens could replace him. Well, December the 17th, 2000 against Chicago Bears, Terrell Owens set a single game record, 20 receptions against the Bears. Enough said. But what I'm going to love and always remember about Terrell Owens, not when he played for my team, the Dallas Cowboys, not when he played with the 49ers, not when he played with the Eagles. When he fractured his ankle in a playoff game against the Atlanta Falcons when he was a member of the Philadelphia Eagles, came back in 2 weeks, really playing on a broke ankle, and was the best player on the field. Left it all out there. 9 receptions that game, 122 yards. In a Super Bowl loss to Tom Brady, New England Patriots, as he was a member of the Philadelphia Eagles. But man, when you look at Terrell Owens' skill set, and you think about coverage recognition, A+, the run after the catch, A+, the release, A+, the separation, A+, the ball reaction, A+, the blocker, A+, the speed, A+, the burst and acceleration, A+, the strength to fight for the ball, A+, react to the crowd, A+, create space, A+ as a wide receiver. And definitely he could never be intimidated as a receiver, A+, because he's 6'3", and you look at that body, he's every bit of 220 pounds. But I got much love for him. The writers who decide who goes into the Hall of Fame held this man out for years. He should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer. And you see all these other people going on a first ballot, and you say, what? But he had enough gumption. Muhammad Ali, February the 25th, 1964, I shocked the world. He had a ceremony at the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga, a school that he played. And if you go back and watch that Hall of Fame speech, look how the people of Chattanooga, Tennessee gave him that love. The hometown of Samuel L. Jackson, Howard Baker, Venus Lacey, Ursha Raymond, Roscoe Tanner, Reggie White, Rick Honeycutt. That little town up on the mountains of 181,000, University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. Chattanooga, Tennessee gave Terrell Owens his love and his flowers. And I admire him and I respect him because he did it his way. And here at 100 yards of football, it's a blessing to finally I had my senses to do a video on this young man. When we talk about the greatest receivers that's played this game, and I'm 63 years old, I got a list. And the list has Lance Alworth, Fred Biletnikoff, Gene Washington, Cliff Branch, Drew Pearson, Lynn Swann, John Jefferson, James Lofton, Roy Green, Mike Quick, Al Toon, Jerry Rice, Sterling Sharp, Chris Carter, Herman Moore, Randy Moss, Marvin Harrison, Chad Johnson, Andre Johnson, Wes Welker, Calvin Johnson, Antonio Brown, and Julio Jones. But you know what? We better take them statements back. And when we talk about the greatest NFL receivers, we need to probably say Terrell Owens need to be in the conversation with Jerry Rice and Randy Moss for being the greatest ever to play this game. He let his performance and his play speak for itself. Granted, he may have rubbed some organizations the wrong way. Maybe he said some things in the press, but make no mistake, Terrell Owens came to play every Sunday, and he wanted to win. And you can't take that away from him. Numbers don't lie. and moments don't lie. It's been a pleasure to do a video on that young man right there, Terrell Owens. If you like the video today, please comment and share it. We'll surely appreciate here at 100 Yards Football. I really like to say thank you to my producer today, Mr. Logan Landers. I'm Vincent Turner. Y'all be blessed here on 100 Yards of Football. T.O. Neon Lights. It's all the way live, Lakeside, Mark Wood. The Ohio players. Sugar Fact. Terrell Owens, baby.